Arsenal have signed Bruno Guimaraes. Yes, Arsenal have agreed to sign Bruno Guimaraes for a fee of £75 million. They have managed to get the Newcastle captain away from Teesside and to the Emirates, man. A fantastic signing. Absolutely buzzing that we managed to get this over the line finally after, 6 weeks of negotiation. But it's finally happened, man. And I think he is a very good signing. I've always rated Bruno Guimaraes, a fantastic player, and it's someone that definitely complements Arsenal's midfield going forward if they want to play a bit, obviously, more expansive football. But a very good signing, man. And for the money as well, I feel like in this day and age, this market, we've seen massive transfer fees for Tonali going for, 100 million all in. Mateus Fernandez from obviously West Ham going to Tottenham for 85 million pounds as well, all in. And again, even Elliot Anderson going to Manchester City for 116 million pounds as well. So yeah, to feel like we've got the cheapest deal out of all of those players and arguably the best player out of all those four midfielders is definitely a coup for me. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll go through it, man. Newcastle to sanction a £75 million sale for Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. Now, this is from obviously David Ornstein. Newcastle are set to sanction the sale of Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal for a fixed fee of £75 million. So yeah, it's not going to be any add-ons. It's going to be a set fee of 75, which is definitely a power of the negotiation skills of Andre Burr, for the simple fact that we seen at the start of the window, Newcastle didn't want to sell him at all. Then again, Bruno Guimaraes came out and said he wanted to join Arsenal, which kind of softened Newcastle's stance a little bit. And then we were hearing they want close to 100 million, basically close to the money they got for Tonali, which obviously he went to Tottenham Hotspur this summer. And we've managed to kind of bridge it down a little bit to £75 million, man, from the reported 100 or 95, 90 that they probably wanted, considering Leon do get 20% of the profits as well. And as well, obviously, the quality of the player, the fact that he's the captain, he's their best player, what that he means to the fans, the club itself, etc., man. But yeah, I think we've done well to get a significantly lower fee than what Newcastle wanted. But yes, it's also started negotiations that are significant lower fee, while Newcastle wanted a large number. But the clubs are set to reach a compromise to allow the 28-year-old to seal his desired move to North London. The package, overall package, does not include add-ons. So yeah, it's a straight flat fee of 75 million. Guimaraes' former club, Lyon, are entitled to 20% of Newcastle's profit on the midfielder and will earn 6 to 7 million from the deal. So again, you take that away from the deal, then obviously Newcastle obviously left with 67, 68 million pounds, something like that. So yeah, man, overall, you're thinking, yeah, you take it, man. You take it. The Athletic reported on Tuesday that Arsenal and Newcastle were nearing a full agreement over the transfer of the midfielder, who was in Spain for his club's pre-season training camp, but are waiting permission to undergo a medical with the Premier League champions. So again, I was hearing the fact that Newcastle wanted him to go to the obviously training camp to say goodbye to his players, obviously introduce himself to the new manager, etc. Just do things in the right way, the respectful way. And considering how things acted or played out with Isak the year before, when he refused to obviously train and didn't go to the preseason tour, etc., I think they wanted to kind of avoid that. And with Bruno Guimaraes being the captain, I feel like they definitely went about it the right way to try and be as respectful as possible. As the Athletic reported in early July, Guimaraes informed Newcastle of his desire to leave the club. I think that definitely helped Arsenal's kind of pursuit of the player, for the simple fact that you know that when a player is wanting to leave to go to a specific club, it kind of softens the kind of grip of the selling club, because again, you've got an unwanted player or a player that doesn't want to be there and is trying to push for a move to kind of leave the club himself, with also initially expressing a willingness to pay up to 60 million for the Brazilian international. So yeah, 60 million is what we wanted to pay. Again, that's probably an opening bid. I think in this market, and maybe if it was a couple of years ago, you'd probably say 28-year-old, 2 years left, wants to leave the club, 60 million midfielder. You'd probably say, yeah, but with how this market has been going in terms of the prices people have been touted for players who, again, are at a decent level, but you wouldn't say they're worth the actual price that they're going for. You've got to kind of adapt to the market, man. And I feel like for me, when you look at someone like Bruno, he's definitely someone who's prem-proven, a fantastic player, international as well. And someone, like I said, that complements someone like Declan Rice. You look at Bruno's kind of capabilities, very progressive in terms of his passing, something that obviously Declan Rice does struggle at and is not one of his strengths. But then you look at what Declan Rice is good at, which is obviously covering space, anticipating play, and stuff like that, being that defensive kind of sweeper. I think something that Bruno maybe struggles with, because again, he's not the most mobile in terms of getting around the pitch. from a defensive standpoint. So yeah, I think them two together will definitely complement each other very, very well. This followed a verbal bid with below 60 million from Arsenal, which was rebuffed by Newcastle, who maintained they would not be entertaining offers for the player. Guimaraes has 2 years left on his contract, having signed a 5-year deal in 2023. The contract had a temporary £100 million release clause inserted, but it expired in 2024 without being exercised. And Guimaraes' impending departure will be the latest exit from Newcastle this summer. Obviously, with Eddie Howe leaving as well. Anthony Gordon, like I said, has gone to Barcelona for 80 million. You've got obviously Sandro Tonali going to Tottenham for 100 million as well. They missed out on Manzabi, who went to Aston Villa instead, and obviously Victor Muniz, who opted to go to Liverpool. Newcastle do struggle to get their main targets, man. We've seen that last season where they tried to get João Pedro, they tried to get Sesko and Buemo, Cunha, and they all just went to Ekatike. They all just went to different teams. So that is something they definitely struggle with for sure. Obviously, you joined Newcastle, Bruno, in obviously 2022 in a deal worth 50 million euros with add-ons. He made 153 appearances for Newcastle, scoring 30 times and recording 26 assists. I was part of the team that won the Carabao Cup in 2025. Obviously, he featured 41 times for Newcastle and got 9 goals, 8 assists, which is very good for a midfielder who can play 6 and 8. Definitely decent numbers, man. If you can try and get past 5 or 6 in terms of goals and assists in the same season, that's definitely decent, man, for sure. Especially someone that's not even like a normal 10. You compare that to someone like an Odegaard who has struggled with his numbers as of late. I think he got 1 Premier League goal last season compared to Bruno's 9, and obviously they play in different roles. So yeah, Bruno obviously started 5 of Brazil's games at the World Cup and provided 4 assists. 4 assists in 5 games is very, very good as well. So yeah, what would Bruno Guimaraes bring to Arsenal? He's got obviously awareness, ability to keep possession, as obviously is integral to his playing style. Obviously, his leadership can be often solely viewed through the lens of being vocal, which is, as Newcastle's current captain, it manifests itself into other aspects as well. Technically, leaders who take more responsibility, setting the tempo and possession, moving forward with the team. And I think that's something we definitely missed since probably Jorginho and Partey left for sure, especially last season. I think that's why we relied more heavily on set pieces, because we just didn't have really a conductor in there. I know Zubimendi came in, but he's more someone that kind of keeps it short and sweet and simple, and again can be pressed as well, especially him being obviously you getting used to the league as well. So yeah, I think we definitely missed someone that can do that. Obviously Bruno definitely can do both jobs as well, which is good. He can play in the 6 and be that like deep lying playmaker, which is what I think Arteta likes in it. I think he likes that the number 6 to kind of control the tempo and kind of make the passes, spray the passes, but similar to like Jorginho, similar to Partey. I think that's what kind of he wants. So I won't be surprised if Bruno is the 6 and Rice is still the 8. But I think in some obviously games when Rice is not there, probably Bruno will go further forward and Zubimendi will be the 6. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see how Arteta does use him for different types of games as well. But yeah, no player in Eddie Howe's side made more line-breaking passes per 90 minutes. That's the key thing, man. I think with him and obviously the introduction of Lewis Skelly, who is very good at line-breaking passes, not only obviously passing through the lines, but dribbling through them as well. I think that should help our overall play from open play quality, because I think a lot obviously of our fans criticize our attack, which definitely needs improving. But I think a lot of the struggles come from the midfield. The fact that the midfield can't get the ball quick enough into those attacking areas where there's a little bit of space to the attackers enough. That's why we've not seen the best out of Gyökeres or Eze or other players, man, because they get the ball and everyone's behind the ball because the midfield doesn't pass it to them quick enough for them to kind of make an impact before everyone gets back in position. So I think that's a very, very key stat there. And obviously Bruno can help with that as well. With the rest of their top 5 made up of defenders who tend to have more space on the pitch to pass into. By comparison, Tonali ranked 10th among the squad with 10.9 passes per 90 compared to Bruno's 16.2. This is why I feel like Bruno was just a better fit for what we need as a team, because again, he's more of a progressive passer than Tonali as well. So that's a very good start there. Obviously, Bruno's bravery on the ball in tight areas can be visualized above, as tall passes made under high pressure per 90 ranks among the highest throughout the games last season, man. So yeah, even when he's under pressure, getting pressed, he does tend to come out on top as well, man. So yeah, fantastic signing, man. Fantastic signing. I can't speak more highly of it, to be honest with you. If you go on, let's have a look at his actual overall stats, man. But yeah, I think he had a good spell at obviously Newcastle. You look at his stats here, obviously. Again, 5 goals, 4 goals, 7 goals, 5 goals, 9 goals in the Premier League. And then obviously, again, in all competitions is pretty similar, man. And what is key as well, I would say, is obviously his playing time: 32 games, 37 games, 38 games. Played a little bit less last season. I think he did have an injury, 29 games, but again, you want your players to be fit. You know what I'm saying? And these numbers are definitely decent. And means he can be relied upon as well. So hopefully that can continue, man. But yeah, you guys in the comments, let me know what you think about this signing in particular. I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's a fantastic signing, good addition, and it definitely can help us try and retain the Premier League title as well as do well in other competitions, man. So yeah, man, I'm very, very happy, very, very happy. Yeah. You guys in the comments, let me know what you think. For more content, you guys know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, man. I will catch you, man, on the flip side. Peace and love.